Yeah. All right, guys. Next topic. I talked about final resolution. Gerard brought this up, but this was from Dave Meltzer. So the attendance in El Paso, TNA got some good news there. TNA held its final resolution show on December 5th in El Paso, Texas. The show was said to be okay. I agree. Nothing compared to the NXT or Ring of Honor shows. It went head to head with ROH and SmackDown, so the audience was probably cut down from what they usually do. On the positive side, the show drew 2,567 fans, which is more than either the NXT or the Ring of Honor show. So while NXT and Ring of Honor were probably better as far as the quality of the show, the company that did the best numbers between the three was TNA. I think TNA should be proud of that. TNA obviously has been papering a lot of late, but even so, this show had a decent advance, and with a good late promotion, could have gotten a paid figure somewhere near that number. I would say they probably got over 2 paid for that. That's a decent little number for them for a card that was lackluster, to say the least. For like on paper, not a great card. They had some good like matches that turned out to be really good, but they just weren't marquee. And marquee matches is what sell tickets. So I think the AMC announcement and AMC announcement really is probably what the late surge was, and just good local media and probably discounted tickets and BOGOs and all that stuff. They filled the building up. So they did a good job. So kudos to them. And they did a good job the whole weekend. I think they had a couple of thousand on Saturday night, and I think probably under 2 on Sunday. So we'll see. We'll see. There's going to be a lot of empty seats because that's a pretty big building to have 2,000 people in. But it's a good house for TNA. They do a good job with their local promotion. So kudos to them. All right. What other topic did I have? So we kicked it off with Leon, and we talked about the article that I really liked from Body Slam. We talked about the final resolution ticket sales. So tickets went on sale for Impact on AMC on January 15th and Genesis on January 17th. And tickets went on sale for the 22nd and the 23rd in Albuquerque. We don't have seat counting information just yet, so I'll probably have something for next week. Oh, one topic, and I want to throw this out to the chat. So if you're in the chat, I need you guys to cooperate here. I had somebody asked me a question on Tuesday, and I wanted to talk about it here. They said, Mike, how would you open the show, the first episode of Impact on AMC? How would you open that show? And my answer right away was pretty clear. And I was able to come to this conclusion rather quickly because it's something that I've been thinking about for a while. I would open the show with Leon Slater versus Myron Reed for the X Division Championship. I see a lot in Myron. I think he's a guy that when Leon goes, Myron can slide into that spot. I don't think Myron's a guy that AEW or WWE are looking at. That's not a knock on Myron, but for whatever they don't appear to be. He's been around a while, and he signed with TNA. Not signed. I don't think he signed yet. I think he's going to. But he came back to TNA out of necessity just because somebody got hurt, kind of like Casey Navarro, and he came in and he killed it. So I think that the first match on AMC, they should have Myron under contract, and then I would do Leon versus Myron. Leon should win but I think you want to open the show with a hot X Division match. Let those guys go 12 to 15 minutes. Fuck psychology. Just let them go crazy and say this is what nonstop action is all about. That's the way I would do it. And you got Leon coming off of the show with John Cena, the John Cena retirement show. And he's going to have that, bring that fanfare of like that audience is going to like, he's been doing it on NXT. That main roster audience, that mainstream style audience that's going to be watching, like a lot of people are going to be watching John Cena's last match. They have not watched wrestling in years because they grew up watching John Cena. They gave up on wrestling for a while. John Cena's been doing all the media. He was on Joe Rogan, Pat McAfee, obviously. He's been all over ESPN, every major podcast he's been on. promoting this thing, this is going to have a huge audience. It's going to be one of the bigger Peacock shows. Very likely. I know that it's not going to match what Saturday Night's Main Event did on NBC recently, but it's going to be one of the bigger Peacock shows that they've done. And I think it's just been really well promoted by Cena himself. And Leon's going to be on that show, and he is going to show out. So he's going to have a lot of momentum coming with him. So that's how I open the show. I get the feeling they're going to want to open with the Hardys or Mike Santana and probably open with a promo. I would open with a hot X Division match, Myron Reed versus Leon Slater, and let those guys just go out there and tear the house down for sure. We'll see what they actually do, but that's what I would do. And Myron Reed can lose that match and still make himself be a star because he's in there with a guy whose star is shining pretty fucking bright right now. A lot of people are talking about Leon. And so with Myron going in there, going toe-to-toe with him and hanging with him and just having a 5-star match, which I don't want to get into 5-star matches, but like an excellent match. I think that makes him like the next guy in line. For sure. And then when Leon leaves, I think that's the guy that takes the X Division title from him. Because Myron could be a good heel. I like the act with him and Killer Kelly that I've seen on in short videos on Twitter. Basically, I haven't really watched a lot of Pro Wrestling Revolver, to be honest with you, but I could see them being a good act for TNA. Just being an admirer of both talents, I could see that. And that's a money-making act, a heel act that TNA should be looking into for sure. Let's see. George says, Dave said about 2150 on Saturday, so in El Paso, and over 2,000 on Sunday. That's pretty good. 67 across all 3 nights. So, that's like 1 night for Bound for Glory, but 3, that's pretty good in El Paso. Silver Jackson says that would be a good first match on AMC. I agree with you, Michael. Thank you, sir. So George says they do it on PLEs all the time. You're absolutely right. The PLE almost always opens with an X Division title match or an X Division style match. What do you think about BDE? Can he go in the ring for TNA for him to be a content creator wrestler? You know what? Like this, he's got a lot of YouTube subscribers. He's a popular kid. He looks like he works hard. I got one issue with him. It's a minor issue. Brother needs to eat some carbs. A little skinny. And he's been in there with like AJ Francis, but I know that he is going to be in an X Division style match, or I think he just was. I can't remember. But so that would be like, I would just tell the guy, like, get a good workout regimen, get your workout on, like that's what I would tell him. But I think he's got promise. He needs to keep at it, keep working at it. He's, on the right track. He's a hard worker. You could tell. And you can tell he really loves professional wrestling. He probably doesn't even need to do pro wrestling because I bet he's making decent change in YouTube money. But I saw an ad today. I follow him on Twitter now. I saw an ad today where he's, being promoted for Wrestling Revolver. So he's out there doing the indies. I think he came from Wrestling Revolver, and that's why TNA brought him in, because of the Sami Callihan connection, and Sammy's kind of office now. So yeah, I think he could be pretty good for sure. Yeah.